T3 Media.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Talking Through the Medias. I am your host, Chris Fagan. Tonight we are going to be talking a lot about people on CPT. If you won't know what that means, you're about to find out, okay? Because The Rock is 100% guilty of it. Joining me on a Thursday, as always, virtually this time, because one drop of rain hit her head, Tabatha Hamilton, Jordan. Esquire. Also live and on time in studio, Joy Fagan. Hey babe, how you doing?
Hi.
Always looking so lovely, don't you agree? I believe the children are our future. Thank you. And for the first time virtually, we were supposed to be here live and in studio, but then like I said, that I don't know what happened with the weather. It just got crazy out there. But joining us here, the one, the only cosplayer of the year, no less. Everybody, say hello to David Smiley. Hey, look at that $1 million smile.
Good evening, everyone. How are y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing well today. I hope the weather did not deter you from anything and that you are doing well, your family's doing well, and I hope you remember to smile today.
Remember to smile. See, that's the kind of positive, uplifting message that we need. I mean, it's the opposite of what I do everywhere. I don't know why. I motivate people to just punch me in the face. I don't know what I do wrong. I wake up in the morning and say good morning, and people just want to punch me. But when David wakes up in the morning, people want to just give you hugs, high fives. He just got that personality that makes everybody love you. Like, what is? I don't know what it was. What is it about you that makes everybody love you so much?
I mean, I don't know. Like, to be honest with you, I personally like to, and this is literally my motto, my cosplay motto, is to bring a smile to the world through cosplay. But I take that as part of my life, is to bring a smile to everyone I come across. So I think that could possibly be it.
There you go.
I'm not so sure.
And that's what he's David D. Smiley. When we first met, it was at Comic Palooza once again. And as you guys have figured out, there's been like a theme ever since. Now that we're getting closer and closer to our WrestleMania, our Super Bowl, our main event to Comic Palooza. Every week leading to there, I've been talking to other cosplayers as well. But David, we met. It was that first year when we all met, wasn't it? Wasn't David a part of that first group, Tabs? Wasn't that year one when we all met?
Yes. Oh, that was y'all's first time?
That was our first, yes, that was our first time all of us meeting each other. Yeah. This is the group. This is the core four.
Okay, that's cool.
Technically, I just realized that. Technically, this is the core four. I just put that together. But that was when I was first dressed up as Ruby Rod, and David came up to me and was like, "You're doing it wrong." So you
called your ass out.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, look, to be fair, like back in, not my heyday, but like back in the day, when I like donned the leopard print of Ruby, like a couple of years, like back in 2017, I do believe is when I first put it on. People were just like wanting me to give like that same Chris Tucker energy the entire time. And so when I finally seen it as a spectator, I was in spectator mode that time. I'm like, you're doing that wrong. Like, I need you to like perk it up a little bit. I need you to like fuck it up. I need more. Corbin, I need more.
I didn't know what I was doing. But luckily you were there to help me out. You had all the lines memorized. I had none of them memorized. 2 years in a row I disappointed. I let you down.
Well, that first year wasn't even planned.
But the second year he did yell at you still about not having the lines memorized.
Okay, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
That's why.
I messed up.
And that's why this year I'll be donning the costume of Ruby Rod once again.
Mm-hmm. To show us how it's done.
Yeah. Have that Ruby off.
Yes.
There's something.
Strut.
I can't get my.
I see the strut. I gotta see the strut. The strut's my favorite part.
Well, hopefully I can get these cameras working. I got these quick buttons working, but I forgot to set up a quick button for David, and I already can tell that the lag is starting to come. My computer has been lagging lately, but it's so far so good. It's working fine, but I'll try to fix it while we're going on. So guys, we're gonna go through a couple of topics real fast. But first, before we get into those topics, we're gonna talk about what's going on with The Rock. There's some news with a Shogun actor that you might have heard about. There's some Kevin Spacey news that's up there, and we're gonna do our top fives as we always do. We have some fun top fives that we're gonna run through real quick, as well as some entertainment news to discuss. But before we get into all that, let me see if this button works. Dave, I want to put you on the spot. I want to learn a little bit more about you. Let's tell the audience who you are, and again, we can go back to how we met and everything, cosplay and all that stuff. Whatever you want to talk about, let's talk about it. Mr. Smiley.
So, good evening, everyone. Again, my name is David the Smiley. That is my cosplay name that I go by. A quick little information about me. So, some of you may or may not know this if you do follow my social media, but I'm an actor, model, cosplayer, Q&A host, panelist, and more now, drag entertainer. So I do a mix of all of these things, and I try to bring out my creativity and my passion in my cosplay in all works that I do. I've been a cosplayer for 8. October of this year will make 9 years. So when I hit 10 years, like, I'm gonna be really excited because I've met people that have been doing it. They're like in their teens and stuff, and I'm like, dang, I can't wait to hit that. Um, and like I said, I'm a Houston local. I love talking about giving presentations on representation, whether it's BIPOC, so Black, Indigenous, people of color, and LGBTQI representation in different forms of media. So that can go from comics, manga, anime, television series, animated series, movies, and more. That's mostly about me. And I'm also a Houstonian too. I'm not originally from Houston, but I do currently reside in Houston. I've been in Houston for 6 years. And I also have a cat, and I don't know if my mic is picking her up right now, but
No.
she's just meowing. Just everyone in this live stream literally knows the life of living with a cat. So that's why I had to bring that up. But that's what I do. And I do a multitude of cosplays. So I will do standard boy, gender bend, and drag cosplays. So it's just a way to keep me creative and to challenge me to do something more, because I don't want to just do one thing as a cosplayer. I want to expand my creativity. I want to
Mhm.
expand how much, well, not so much in the closet because I'm running out of room right now, but I want to expand my whole Rolodex of different cosplays I can choose. And I'm showing my age now that I just said Rolodex. Don't mind me. So, um, but like I really want to be able to be like, okay, like I have a cosplay for every occasion. Just like Ben 10. Like I want to be able to just like look at my watch, be like, okay, not this one, not this one, not this one will do.
Mhm.
So that's pretty much just who I am as a cosplayer, as a person, and again, my whole goal is to bring a smile to the world through cosplay.
So, are we? So you told me that there was things that we're not allowed to talk about. I'm sharing the what we have on screen right now.
I
Um,
see it.
the are we allowed to talk about what's coming up in Comic Palooza?
So, well, yes, we can talk about the stuff for Comic Palooza, and I also see like the stuff that you have shared on your screen right now, and I'm just like, oh, all my cosplays, cool. So, so what's coming up for Comic Palooza? Couple of things. One, I will definitely this year I will be a panelist. I will be speaking. I'll have my own panel. I'm usually a solo panelist, but I want to be able to have guest speakers on here and everything. But what I will be speaking about is Black representation in comics, and I'll be talking about the artists, the writers, and the actors as well, and including voice actors too, and how the impact of the characters that they portray, that they've written, that they draw, have impacted us. And so this presentation will be about 45 minutes to an hour, roughly. That's about the time frame that they give you. Plus, I'll also be taking questions after the presentation during that as well. So I'll always be dressed in cosplay, and that's just part of like my thing is I always want to dress as cosplay because I feel it connects better with the audience. And my cosplay that I will be dressing as, because my panel is on Saturday, the 24th?
The 25th. Saturday the 25th.
Look, my days are all messed up right now. The 25th. It'll be on the 25th, Saturday at 12 p.m., the Emerald stage. And please don't mind my green screen back here.
I'll fix it in post.
That was not on purpose.
I mean, you gotta get the subliminal messages in. You know.
Yeah, we'll put the Emerald City. I'll put the Emerald City behind, since you're going to be at the Emerald. You're going to be at the Emerald panel, so we'll put the Emerald City back there.
If they don't change it, then yes. Period. Put that on there. So that's where I'll be. And again, the presentation will be given for about 45 minutes to an hour. I'll be in cosplay dressed as Static, or as a lot of people know, the name Static. Static Shock. I'll put a shock to your system. Oh, also, I forgot to include voice acting in my list of things that I do as well. I've been recently getting into voice acting, doing a lot of different characters and stuff too. So that is also in the repertoire as well. But that's more so about me. I could go on and on and on. Also, I would like to say, like, as a Q&A host, sometimes I do love like hosting. I do love asking the questions and everything, but it's also nice to be interviewed and get asked the questions too, because like everyone does stuff different and you engage with people differently. So me personally, thank you both for inviting, thank you all actually, thank all three of you for inviting me onto the show. I know Joy is off camera right now, so I can't really see her, but I'm like, thank you all for inviting me to be a part of the show.
No problem. Yeah, no, she's here. She can see you, but yeah, she can see you, but yeah, I can't figure out how to share the screen to see. I can actually do it, but it's just I have to go back and click it over and over again. So there's no fast button, but I will figure it out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out the panel on Saturday. I'm gonna definitely be in the back. As we were saying off camera, we're gonna be in the background as what we said we're gonna say, Kobe, my man. Keeping the theme of Fifth Element, since that's what we're gonna be on Friday when we're doing our panel. Ours is going to be on the costume design and everything from the Fifth Element movie. We're gonna put a spotlight on that. But guys, yeah, come on now. We're gonna be at Comicpalooza. I know I'm bringing it up every day that I can until the day comes. We're gonna, like I said, that's our Super Bowl. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see everything, all the cosplays that you bring to the table. If we maybe there may be some multiverse action happening. I'm not gonna give it away. Maybe we'll see. So come out and check us out at Comicpalooza. Okay, with that out the way, let's do a little talking through these medias. Let's get into this first topic. What's the first topic that we have for the week?
Tardy behavior on sets. An insider says the only thing Dwayne was consistent at was being chronically late. His tardiness ballooned the production cost on Red One by at least $50 million, according to insiders. The production cost currently stands at $250 million. Reports say that he was repeatedly late to set for filming of Red Notice, Rampage, Red One, and that to save time, he would pee in water bottles to have his assistants dispose of.
Let's start. Okay, let's go right into it.
Wait,
Dave, I was just about to throw it to you, Dave. What do you think about The Rock going over budget with his tardiness being on CP time and peeing in bottles.
Okay, so first and foremost, we got to talk about the bottle thing because let me just, if you're on the road, like if you're going on a road trip, say for instance, you're going from, what's his face, Corpus Christi to Dallas, that's about 6 hours roughly, I think. Like, and there's a stretch of land right after you get past Madisonville. There's like nothing, like there's nothing but just grass over there. I can understand that. If you are stuck in traffic, you're not by that Buc-ee's in Madisonville or something, like, are you like any of these truck stops, restaurant, any of them, I can understand that. Trust me, I can. I went to Dallas for the eclipse. I got to see the full eclipse, and I was so excited about that. And I came back and I got stuck in traffic for like 5 hours. I made it in 3, but coming back, I got stuck in traffic. Like, I would pee in a bottle.
Yeah.
I would. Like, you can't go nowhere. You're stuck in traffic. But in terms of him doing that to save time and just handing it off to his assistants, first off, that's nasty. No, that's nasty. No, like, no, because, like, could you imagine what if the assistant didn't throw it away?
That's exactly what I was thinking. What?
Oh
how many assistants kept them?
There.
What was that, Tabs?
My brain didn't even go there, and now it's there.
It's on eBay.
Yeah. Authentic Dwayne The Rock Johnson pee.
Authentic the Brahma Bull. He calls himself the Brahma Bull. The Brahma Bull sample. Gargle. Was that too much?
That oh my God, that was too much.
There's a lot of sickies out there.
And the only reason I thought about it, and again, I'm showing my age, one of my favorite like music videos by Pink was "So What," and there's a part toward the end of the video where these guys are peeing in these beer bottles.
Yeah.
And then she takes the beer bottles and she hands them to these other 2 guys, I guess that are like groupies or like hanging out or whatever. They take the bottles, they thank her, and then they like start chugging them and then they spit it out. And I'm like, what if they do that? Like, no, what if somebody thinks it's like Gatorade, yellow Gatorade or Powerade or something like that? Like, what if the Kool-Aid little packs, like, what if someone thinks that's gross?
It's very possible.
Oh my gosh, this conversation took a turn where my stomach it wasn't prepared. Oh God.
Oh, my stomach bubbling.
But on top of, the weird thing about it to me is you're already late. It's like you couldn't take 5 minutes to go to the bathroom. You're already late. I mean,
it's the strangest place to shave off time.
It's weird. It's like, all right, I already know I'm 8 hours late, but you know what? I'm here now. Hey, you know what? Just keep the cameras rolling. It costs hundreds of thousands of dollars, like to millions of dollars a day, depending on the budget of the film. If you're going, past time, everything is on a tight schedule. And if everybody's there, from the caterer to the key grip to the lighting to the sound techs, the actors are the one element that definitely needs to be on time. Otherwise, the whole show could, go. The only bit of grace that I give him on this is because he's been on top of him being a sought after actor for a lot of different roles. He's also taking on a new job as the board of directors from his old job at the WWE. He's on the board of directors now with the company that owns that. So he's now stretched very, very thin. But still, if you're going to commit to the role, if you're going to commit to the project, you have to already have what's the word I'm looking for? You're before you even take the role on, you have already scheduled yourself. I am free on this block of time. So that would have happened in negotiation. So for him to agree and make those schedules locked in stone and to still be, and according to this report, up to like 5-7 hours late is ridiculous in my opinion. I appreciate you saving some time, shaving off, but still.
No, he makes too much money to be that disorganized.
Right.
He can pay. He's got enough money to pay enough people to get him where he's got to be, when he's got to be there, and to keep.
Not a Marvel. I wish. I so wish. Like, I'm gonna get there. I still look young enough where I can like play a teenager. Cause y'all remember the days in like these older like teenage movies? They had like 30-year-olds.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't even look my age, so I'm not even worried about that. But what I will say is that like when it comes to making sure you're on time on set, it's depending on what you're doing. Because for starters, like one, like that is costly for the studios, especially if they're doing outside shots and you have to go by daylight. And not only that, the equipment that you have, you also have to remember like the weather too. So it could be cloudy and you still need like some additional lights, or you have to like reflect some light like off of people. Because like, as y'all know, like when the sun like is starting to come up, like golden hour, sunset, golden hour, when the sun is directly like above us, like it's harder to get some of those shots like how you would want to. And that's just due to like the shading and just like how the light is, and could even be with makeup too. And just in Texas, like it's hot. So you got to remember, like, that's like one issue too, is like, you don't know if you're going to be sweating. So no, I think like that is horrible. That he just is kind of just mismanaging like the time management and not really paying attention. It's like, hey, like I really should be like here. But to be quite honest, The Rock is literally like the star in his movies. Like, and when did these movies come out? Because like it depends on what the movie is. And when he started going by Dwayne Johnson versus The Rock, or Dwayne The Rock Johnson, like it depends on like what time frame it was.
All right. These movies were like in the past.
I know one of those is a Netflix movie and it didn't do well.
Yeah, and the next one, Red One, is another Netflix movie. It's not coming out yet. It hasn't come out yet, but Rampage and Red Notice have already released. Yeah, that was the word on the street. But it's weird. Right? It's funny. That's a good theory. I'm The Rock. Any movie that begins with an R, they're gonna wait for The Rock. All right, but that's the theory at least. I'm not saying that that's 100% what's happening, but it's out there now, and we're talking about it. So, guys, let us know in the comments what you guys think about any theories, any questions, comments, concerns. Put it in the box below, and let's keep talking. Okay, let's move on real fast to the next. Real quick, speaking of The Rock, I want to do something real fun with this topic, and I want to talk about our top 5. Let's do a top 5 Rock movies. Okay, anybody who wants to go first? Anybody, or should I just go in the order that I put the graphics in?
I'll go first.
You want to go first? Okay. David, what are your top 5 Rock movies? Let's start from number 5, if you don't mind.
Number 5, because I do realize I had to think about this for a second. I'm like, dang, what movies were he in like that? So one of my favorite movies, Fast 5, no pun intended, of The Day After Tomorrow and 2012. So those are like some pretty good like disaster movies, but that one was actually a pretty good movie, especially because he starred in it.
Number three is I like your number 3. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, I did too. And again, this is us talking about, when was it? Was it while he was still going as The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or just Dwayne Johnson? Like, that's what I'm talking about. So number 3 is Doom. And we all know Doom was a video game adaptation movie. And so I enjoyed that one a lot.
Okay.
And Carl Urban was in it as well. It was a very good movie. for sci-fi, like that was a really good movie.
I remember it having an interesting twist at the end, towards the end. Yes.
Yes. No spoilers, but if I'm not no, Bill Duke wasn't in this movie. I'm thinking of a different person, the other guy that was like in there, but I thought it was Bill Duke for a second.
I thought it was from the poster. I thought that was Seal, but no, I don't think that's Seal. And what was your number 2?
Number 2 was Walking Tall, and I say that one because like it was actually a good movie. It was like it wasn't action, it wasn't too drama. It was just a good movie. It was a good movie for what it was, and so I enjoyed it. I know they did a sequel without him, but I'm like, that's fine. I didn't really care about it like that, but it was a good movie. Pretty good movie. Pretty good cast, like very good. And number 1, don't come at me for this one. Like, I think.
Oh yeah, early 2000s, late 90s, I think. Yeah.
2003.
2003. Yeah.
It was a 2000 movie. So, but that was like those were like my favorite like rock movies. But in terms of like the Fast and Furious franchise, it got boring. He got boring.
100%. All right, Tabs. What were your favorite? I think you only had like 3 of them. What were your picks for Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
My third one, starting because honestly, I didn't see a lot of The Rock's movies, but my third one being Jumanji, the second one, The Next Level.
Oh, Jumanji, that's right.
And then Jumanji, the first one, and then.
So Jumanji, The Next Level, and then after that, it was just Jumanji. Welcome to the Jungle.
No. Like, you can't just say Jumanji because you either got to say the remake or the original.
Well,
because
got The Rock, he wasn't in the original.
Yeah,
I know, but some people don't make that recollection. They're gonna like go home. They're gonna like once they get off this, they're gonna like Google and it's like Jumanji. Go like, I don't see The Rock in this. And
maybe make them go watch it because it's such a good one.
Yeah. And your number 1 was
Moana.
There you go.
Love me some Moana. I love that one. I watch that one with the kids all the time.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, that was similar to mine. Real fast, I'll go through mine. I think mine started off with number 5 was also Jumanji, Welcome for Dead, and then he's now on a revenge tour to try to take out the people who took his brother out and almost killed him. And he has almost 0 dialogue in this movie. He barely talks in this whole. He's just a force of nature, like almost like a John Wick, but he doesn't even waste time talking. He doesn't need to say things like "I'm thinking, I'm back." He just walks in the room and shoots you in the face. That was what I liked about that movie. My number 3, I chose Fast 5. The first time that The Rock was inside of the Fast and Furious franchise. I love that scene when him and Vin Diesel were facing off, and he's like, "You're under arrest," and he's like, "I don't feel like I'm under arrest." He's like, "Oh, think about it, it'll sink in." I was like, "Ooh, these two." I like this sexual tension between Vin Diesel and The Rock. What's going on there? My number 2 was Moana. That was my number 2, and because me and the kids love to watch this movie. We now call little gummy treats. We call those boat snacks because that's what he called that chicken, a boat snack. So that's what I don't know. We stole that, so we call little gummies boat snacks. And number 1, The Rundown. I love that movie. It was to me the moment where Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was the quintessential action star. There was a scene where he passed by Schwarzenegger in this movie, and it was almost like he was passing the torch to Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Like, the ball's in your court now. You're the action guy now. So that was a scene that I loved from that movie, and I thought that was poetic. And also Rosario Dawson's in it. So yeah, I wanted to throw this to you. Tabatha, Anne Hathaway. What movie do you think of? What comes to mind? What was the scene that made you an Anne Hathaway fan? You got one?
God. the scene that made me
A scene or a movie, whatever you got. Or anybody want to go first? What about David? If you got one too, with Anne Hathaway, what do you think about with Anne Hathaway?
Okay, so for me, like.
He said it. He said for me.
For me.
For me.
Yeah, I forgot to warn him. There's a sound effect whenever anybody says for me. There's this button that I push because that's what everybody.
For me.
It's Tabatha going for me. So you might not have heard it, but I just pushed the button. But anytime you say for me, I'm pushing the button. But it's just a soundboard thing. But go ahead, my bad.
So for me, what I want to say is for Anne Hathaway, first and foremost, Princess Diaries.
Okay.
Like, and I feel she was like known for it, and I can't think of any other like Anne Hathaway but that made me a fan.
Okay.
That made me a fan. The Princess Diaries. One that I know she's not really known for is it's in the Dark Knight series. And I forgot she was in the third one. I just forget.
Oh yeah, the Dark Knight Rises. That's Catwoman.
Yeah, that. Like I don't know her in that one, but she for me did not make a decent Catwoman. Like at least in that movie.
For me.
But I will say like she's well known.
Mm-hmm. Anne Hathaway.
I mean, when I think of her, it's probably going to be the
Princess Diaries.
Princess Diaries.
What about you, Tabs?
So the scene that really kind of made me actually like her a little bit more is her doing the dance to the song by Queen in Ella Enchanting.
Ella Enchanting.
Yes.
Yeah, Ella Enchanted. I know that one.
Yes. So she she sings one of Queen's song in the movie, and I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't know because I had only seen her in the Princess Diaries before, and so yeah, I liked her in that one.
Okay, that's a good callback. I didn't. Okay, I've never even heard of that movie. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that one up. Well, mine is I've been looking up. I've been trying to struggle to. I think the movie was called Havoc. Yeah, it was a movie called Havoc where she played this. It was a movie about how like rich white kids who want to act gangster or want to be gangster try to go into the hood and try to mess with real gangsters and stuff, and she gets in over her head. And there was a scene in that movie where her boyfriend was trying to freestyle, but he wasn't really even saying words. He was just mumbling but acting, but he was trying to play it off. And then she started singing the song, the hook to the song by Tupac and I forgot the rap group. Was it Jodeci? I forgot. How do you want it? How do you feel? And she sung she sung all the lyrics. And
one was Osmosis Jones.
Okay, I like it. What was the other one?
For those of you that didn't see that movie, like that was a pretty good movie. And he doesn't get enough credit for that one, like at all.
He played an antibody, didn't he?
Yeah, a white blood cell. Yeah,
a white blood cell. Okay. Mm-hmm. And what was this other movie?
The second one, y'all should get this one. And again, I don't think he got enough credit for it either. Madagascar.
Oh, okay. Both animated movies. So you like Chris Rock animated. That's your favorite.
To be fair, I also love the series Everybody Hates Chris. I really do. But he wasn't in it enough. So
for all three, Madagascar, Osmosis Jones, and Everybody Hates Chris, you just like his voice.
He was in it a couple of times. And I've seen him stand up. I've seen him do stand up. But at the same time, I'm also not saying that him as Pookie was a thing in New Jack City. It was New Jack City. I'm not saying that one because I know I didn't see that movie. I need to see it, but I didn't see it. So I can't make judgments on that one. But I think a lot of people do know him from that.
Okay, that's fair enough. All right, Joy, what about you? Anything with Chris Rock? Can't think of. What about you, Tabs? Any Chris Rock movies coming to mind? Fan, I don't know.
I know I'm a fan of Chris Rock, but yeah, I'm just nothing off the top of my head for Chris Rock, honestly, right now.
Well, I'll tell you, for me, first thing that popped in my head when I thought of Chris, then he pulls out a whole wad of cash. He could afford it. That's what stood out to me for Chris Rock. I'll throw one at you. Anybody was a fan of Gabrielle? Okay, come on, Gabrielle Union.
Bring it on.
Yes. That's
Everybody's gonna say the same thing. Georgia said, "Bring it on."
Bring it on.
You saying bring it on? All right, what you got, David?
Okay, so first off, like, she's known for bringing it on, so that's not fair. But
right,
bring it on. One of my favorite movies she was in that made me a fan, and she doesn't get enough credit for it, was Cradle to the Grave with DMX.
Okay, I like that. I like that pick. Mine is the one with was it Morris Chestnut? Two Can Play That Game. When she played the other woman trying to get Morris Chestnut from Vivica Fox. That's my go-to Gabrielle Union movie.
Wasn't she the friend in 10 Things I Hate About You?
Was she?
Was she the friend in 10?
The sister's friend?
I don't know if she was in 10 Things I Hate About You. I don't remember that movie.
I don't have a way to look it up.
I'm looking it up.
Joy's gonna look it up. All right, here's one. Here's an easier one for you, Tab. While Joy's looking that up, here's an easy one. What made you a fan of Keanu?
Oh. Okay, well, that honestly, when I really fell in love with him, like wholeheartedly, was The Matrix.
Okay.
That's what sold me to him. Like really in there. Like, I liked him before because he had Bill and Ted's and all that stuff, but it was The Matrix that I was like, whoa. And I was like, yeah.
I love
enough credit for it, and I know people remember the movie, they just don't remember the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Replacements.
Oh yeah, the football movie.
The football movie.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
And by all means, I am not a fan of football at all. Like a full-blown Texan. Like I have lived in Texas all my life. Like I'm not a fan of football at all, but that was actually a good movie.
Okay.
So I agree. The other one that really got me too with him, and it was around that same kind of time frame, was The Devil's Advocate.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Where he
yeah.
And he was so good in that one.
Yeah. That's a movie that doesn't come up enough. Yeah. Was Kate Blanchett?
So I'm gonna go first on this one. Don't come at me. After I saw her in Thor Ragnarok, I was like, this is my girl right here. Like, I don't care what people say, like, this is my girl right here.
Right.
And I know she played in Lord of the Rings too, but I'm like, nah, give me her as hell, because like that right there, yes, like she played that role very well. And I was just like, dang, like this chick right here, like, ma'am, yes. And I've done a cosplay of her too, just because like I was that in love with how she portrayed that character. So I'm like, okay, I see you.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I wanted to go as her, like, as cosplay before, and yeah, that's like, oh, I love that one. Love that one for her.
Awesome. Any Kate Blanchett movie for you, Joy? Not for you?
I like her. I'm not.
Of course.
We wanted that to be so much.
Shout out to the lesbians. Yeah.
So what I will say is another movie she was in, Ocean's 8.
Yes.
She was actually like really good.
Yeah.
Mother.
Really good movie.
But she was also in the Crystal Skull, Indiana Jones. So I mean, she's had a bad day at the office once at least. Next, I have up Morgan Freeman. What was the movie for me? You would think it would have been Shawshank Redemption, but it's not. It was Glory. The Civil War movie with Denzel and everything. When Denzel got whipped and he was just trying to get some shoes. That was it. That was the scene. What about you, Tabatha? When did you take notice of?
I've genuinely.
He's done so many.
I was like, he's known for everything he's in is always good.
It's like it's narration. There we go.
Well, I mean, you've got the obvious as God, where everyone really like you can't mistake his voice now. His voice is just forever God with Evan Almighty and
Bruce Almighty. Yeah,
sorry, Bruce Almighty. Gosh, he's been in so many. It's kind of one of those things where I hear other people's suggestions and I'm like, oh God, yeah, that was one. And then like there's just so much that I feel like there's too many to choose from.
Yeah. What about you, Notice?
So, okay, and this is an older movie that like I was just played. It was when he was the principal of
Oh my God!
Stand and Deliver?
No, Stand By Me.
Whatever crackhead they got to play Ed in the animated movie too, like I don't know who that was, but whoever the crackhead was, like no one can replace Ed either. Or replace James Earl Jones as the king of
Coming to America?
Yes, but I'm like, why is the name like
Darth Vader?
No, not Darth Vader. I'm trying to think of like the kingdom that he was in charge of in Coming to America.
Zamunda.
What was it? Yes, Zamunda. Yes, Zamunda.
Both heard it.
Hakim, I forbid you.
Hakim, I forbid you from seeing this woman.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I say I love him in so many, pretty much anything he does. But this movie is just a favorite of mine. It's old, but Kiss the Girls.
Kiss the Girls with
Ashley Judd.
Oh, okay, yeah. Was he paralyzed in that, or she something? Was that
You're
the one?
thinking of a different movie.
I'm thinking about a different movie. I'm thinking about the Denzel movie. Okay.
No, it is like a drama crime.
Yeah, crime drama
mystery thing, but no. I think he was like a detective or something in that too.
Okay.
But
yeah.
You know, one thing I will say is that ever since I've known Morgan Freeman, he's been old.
Yeah.
Like there just been a lot of like.
I mean, he didn't make his first million till he was in his 40s and 50s.
But you could tell his age, like just from that end. But he's in his like 70s right now.
Yeah.
I think.
Let me see what else I next. Okay, I'm gonna have to. What was the okay? So guys, I'm gonna put it to you. I had two more, but because we're heading to the 1 hour mark, I'm gonna leave it to you guys. What was that actor that scene that made you a fan? What was that? I'm sorry, that movie or that TV show or that scene that made you a fan of a particular actor? Put it in the box below and let's keep talking. And let's move on to what do we have? What's the next topic of the night?
Headlines.
We got a few headlines. Let's rapid fire through these real fast. What do we got first?
After a period of chastity, Hollywood movies embrace sex again.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like Hollywood has embraced the SEGG again. It's like we're getting more segs in movies again, or at least that's what's been suggested to me by Tabatha when she got, you got to go see Poor Things. It's such a great movie. It was straight hardcore, NC-17. Tabatha, you should be ashamed of yourself, and she's not. She's like, nope.
I saw it too.
I thought, but that was the article that came out in, what was it, Yahoo, I believe it was, that said that, it seems like that sex scenes were on the rise. They were on a decline for a while, but now they seem like they're in full swing, for lack of a better word. So I want to play another game real fast of our top 5 seg scenes. I'll start off real quick. I think, let's see, who's starting off on this one? I had it set for time 5. Okay, I'll start. Nobody's tying me up. Ever. Not going to happen. And my number 1, also another Bill Bellamy movie, a comedy called Love Stinks. There was a scene where they snuck into a place that she worked. She worked in like a furniture store or something like that, and they were on one of the beds in the store that she worked in, and the boss opened the store and caught them in there, and his line was, all he said was, no, she was like, I just wanted to show this customer how well the bed performed, and he was like, so this is the new Sealy Posturepedic. I like it. So I was like, that was just a funny thing that just stood out to me. After that, we had Dave. I got your 5 up here. You want to start off with your 5 picks that you had on your list?
Yeah, I'll go with number 5. So, Call Me by Your Name was like one. I'm all for the cutesy stuff. That was like, I enjoyed it when I watched it. And for those of you that know, not in particular with the peach, but that was a little interesting, I will say. And this one's stupid. Black Dynamite.
What's the scene you were talking about for specific?
So it's stupid. It is so stupid. And I'm talking about the animated one. So in the animated series, Black Dynamite can't swim. And so
oh my God, I've seen this clip.
Samuel, it's a romance where they can't really be together, like they have to sneak around and everything. It was so cute. Not one of those like coming of age, but like they're adults, and I love the fact that they are like adults in this movie. They're also in the military too, but again, 2 male adults. I love those type of movies. Number 2, and if y'all seen this one, this is from the Eating Out movie series, and this shows like just what type of like gay that I am. That I actually like these scenes because in the scenes, I especially like the second one, there's actually like scenes where they squirt like the stuff out. Like yes. And toward the end of the second one, they're moving this guy. He's like a whole conservative and everything. Like he goes into this little box to like mess around with this other guy. And so as the other guy is like, like just doing what they do, like they're having sex. They're like fucking. Oh shoot, language.
Yeah, we gotta watch the fucking profanity. That shit isn't good for you.
So like they're having sex, and it's in this box. The box is getting moved, and so they deliver the box in front of the mom, and then like they open the box, and the son is just like right there, and then all of a sudden you just see like the jizz like just landing on the mom, and I'm like, he's having the time of his life.
Look at Tabitha's like, what?
Yes. That's what I liked about those movies. So they at least like for comedic effect, they at least had the stuff like there.
Then I gotta recommend a movie called Grandma's Bubble Wrap. Yeah.
The impression of Martin Luther King, where he's talking.
Oh my God, I remember. She got turned on by powerful black men, so he had to pretend to be Martin Luther King.
It was Martin Luther King, Bill Cosby, freaking what's his face, Jesse Jackson, and Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he would do all these impressions, and it was something. I remember him saying something. I would wax that ass, wax that ass.
Good Lord, have mercy on wax that ass. Ooh, I'm gonna go bananas up in that rump shake, like stuff like that. Like I'm just like, if I could redo that with someone, just randomly, just like we want to do imitations, but like I just want to recreate this scene.
Yeah, I remember that. That was some class. That brought me back. Yeah, the second you were describing it, it all started screaming back. I started seeing. I can see the scene right now. I think we had next Tabs. What you only had? What do you have? 5? You had 5. What did you have at your number 5?
Can you tell me what my movies are? I don't remember what order they're in.
Oh, okay. Let me put it. I'll show them as they. Let me pop them up. Let me see if I can. You can see it.
Eyes shut.
Eyes wide. Eyes wide shut. And I was surprised at this one because you're not much of a fan of.
But I really love this movie, and so I loved and it was like I don't know, like a made you tingle. It made you tingle. Like for real, you're like this is bad, but it made you tingle. And so yeah.
Oh wow.
Definitely it. And my number 3 was what again?
I mean,
I can't see anything.
Titanic, steaming up the car in Titanic, man.
Well, that is literally 2 lesbians having sex.
No, that's not just 2 lesbians. That's 2 gays having sex too. And like, I'm not even gonna get into the details, but I tried that once. And this is when I owned a Chrysler Sebring. It's not easy in the back of a car. Like,
That's a small car too.
Yes.
it was. But
Hey, let's be fair. It was a buggy.
Bucky. Basically a truck.
Exactly.
Okay. Basically a truck.
I mean,
Well, I mean, they always make it look like shower sex. They make that look like that's a whole lot of fun. It's not.
it's great. It's a slip and
Showers
slide.
are small. It's crowded in there.
And there's no place to put your legs or body.
Exactly.
You slide everywhere.
Is this was this a TED Talk? What is this now? What is
I'm
this?
being waterboarded. It's not fun.
I mean, it depends on the, like, if you don't do it at your home shower, do it at like a hotel shower.
Yeah, where everybody else has done it.
I mean, because it's not like you can put a black light in a hotel and like, so, you're gonna see something.
Yeah.
But like, at least those showers and those tubs are built different, so you can.
Movie. Still to this day makes me tingle.
There was mentions of sex, but there were no scenes.
But it's still like it's still smoky.
Oh.
I mean,
Whenever she's like rubbing on Ryan Felipe and Sarah Michelle Gellar's character, and they're like technically siblings, but not siblings because they're step siblings.
Yeah.
And it is dirty and.
I mean, yeah, she told him that he could put it anywhere. Yeah, I remember.
She did. She did.
And she
And,
did.
like, that movie right there, I'm just like, yeah.
Music with it made you feel things.
What's his face? Let's not
It's a
forget,
simple, sweet symphony. We're just dating ourselves now. 80s babies over here.
I forgot another movie, and I'm not an 80s baby. I forgot another movie, Studio 54. That one's a pretty good one too.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. And Boogie Nights. Huh?
Boogie Nights.
All right, but yeah, guys, let us know what's your favorite or that those steamy scenes that come to mind, those NC-17 that, like Tabatha always says at the end of the show. Quit being NC-17. Real fast, what was the next entertainment news topic? Real fast, I want to run through that.
Anna Sawai says she was forced to turn down Suicide Squad audition. From the Hollywood Reporter, the Shogun actress says she was asked to perform for her J-pop group. Sawai, who is of Japanese descent, found
Suicide Squad that had Harley Quinn, the Joker, a whole rogues gallery of villains, and she probably could have gotten the role for all she knew, but her manager at the time was thinking that if you audition for this movie, then you're going to be in America filming wherever they're filming, and that means your music group that you have a commitment to, the rest of the group here is going to do nothing. The argument against that was, well, I mean, the rising tide, raises all ships. I mean, if the fame that she could have gotten earlier in her career from that could have boosted what the group was doing in Japan. It could have probably brought the group attention more in America. But it didn't happen. She was denied, and she felt like it hindered her. But I mean, I feel I'm the type of person that believes that everything in the world that's meant to happen eventually does. So I feel like this probably it probably is going to work out for a bit, because the DCEU is no longer a thing. It's been rebooted. That movie had mixed reviews. It wasn't that well received by and Rotten Tomatoes scores and things like that. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise, or it could have been a thing that could have launched her career. Maybe it could have helped a little bit for that franchise. Who knows? It's all water on the bridge. just hearing this, what do you, Tabatha, let me start with you. What do you think about this story about this young lady who, I know you probably didn't see Suicide Squad, right? But the fact that she was denied a chance to audition for that role because of her commitments with her music group.
Because I'm not of that descent, so I can't say that I don't live there. But I do see or read a lot how, especially with like sports and acting, that the government kind of owns you, and they get to dictate a lot of what you're allowed to do and not do, and some of your money, a lot of your money goes to them.
You hear a lot about that from the K-pop part of it.
So,
she's J-pop, yeah.
I don't know necessarily about it being anything cultural.
From what I understood, it might have been because of how hard it is maybe for Asian actors to even get major roles, and sometimes without it being a stereotype or a bad stereotype. And maybe she was trying to, this could have been something that could have helped advance her career into, like I said, the rising tide raises all ships, but it didn't happen for her then. Maybe that's what it meant by that. I didn't get that either, but I'm just speculating. I'm sorry, Dave. What do you think about this story?
Like, I think for starters, one, like, yeah, it could be. She's again also part of a group, so you have contracts and obligations. Like that's one. Like that's gonna be a thing right there. Like that music industry, acting industry, two totally different industries. You have to remember that. Two, says that she was forced to turn down the audition. So not sure which side it's coming from.
It would have taken away from her tour.
Now again, that's the music manager. Like, does she have an acting manager or no? But the thing is that.
But she was under contract though. That's why.
Yeah. Just saw he was in this, like, he's like in two other movies that are kind of serious. The Rock is literally in predominantly like action-based like movies, but again, that's like typecasting. Like she could have only been typecast to stuff like that, and definitely like the cultural appropriation would show sometimes. But the main issue probably would have been, I feel, typecasting, is that she would have just been like, oh, we need an Asian girl, like boom, this is a girl right here, she's already like doing this, or like, hey, you look like you fit this role like pretty well, so how much of an Asian American can you act? Because prime example would be the Godzilla movie series as of right now. Like you have Godzilla and Kong, and Godzilla, Kong, New Kingdom, or Empire, whatever it's called. I haven't seen it yet. But like you have those like Asian actors like almost in those movies every time, and that's usually because guess what? This movie originated over here, like in the Asias, in Japan, China, like, and they want those type of Asian actors like to just kind of think, okay, this is an American-made movie, but we also have this just to show that we're having representation.
Right.
Like tokenism.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I think what I was confused on is like how her music career, and if it created conflict for this participation in the show.
Well, in the article it reads that versus where it's finally picking up steam now.
It just, I'm gonna be honest, that doesn't feel good to hear coming from her. That like she's not appreciating anything but like if I have a contract with a job, I've committed to something. I can't just jump ship willy-nilly. I need to follow through my commitment. I need to be responsible for what I've chosen to do. Whoa, my cat just literally attacked my phone.
Another cat attack?
Yeah. So like that's the part I think I'm struggling with, is like how she can be almost blaming of her manager for something she agreed to do.
Oh, if you read the article.
All right, what did she say?
She said she auditioned for the group in 2006 and was signed by one of Japan's major entertainment companies, which operates music and dance, in hopes of turning out J-pop stars. You're either lucky, you join a group and you make it, or you don't. And when she made it, she was told that it would not be a problem for her to get to try to do other things. She had already done like a small bit part and fell in love with acting, and she said they told her that will not be an issue for you to do things in the future. We don't have a problem with that.
But when the opportunity came,
yes, and she tried to explain. Yes, and she tried to explain herself and saying, I think if I do this, it'll even make our group more popular than what they already are.
Which I agree.
And they said, absolutely not. You're forbidden to do any of this.
So it was
I was stuck really huge right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never gonna blame a young artist for signing it, because you never know when your break is coming and when it's gonna happen. And slave contracts is a thing. I mean, there are artists out there who get.
I thought this was a full-blown adult. Was she a child when she was?
No, it's not about. I'm not talking about whether or not she was an adult or child. Slave contract is like in the music industry is when you're an up and coming, like for example, Ashanti, when her original contract was like, yeah, this is your big break. I'm gonna sign you, but I'm gonna sign you to a 5 album. I'm not 5, but like a 10 album contract. You're not going to be released from me until you give me 10 albums. Most artists don't even make it to 2 or 3 albums. So if you're under that's what's considered a slave contract. You're never going to get out and stuff like that. Like but then you're thinking when you're young and when you're starting off, you're like, well, this is the only person that's really giving me my first shot. This might be my only chance. That might be the situation. It sounds like that's not really what happened with her. It sounds like a bait and switch. And luckily, she was under a situation where her contract she could just wait it out. And now that she's out of that contract, now she's off to pursue her acting career, which she said she was promised that she could pursue then. So I feel like it's going to be an all's. Well, she's probably going to be fine. I think she's going to be fine. Anything else anybody else want to add before we move on to the next one? Anything else anybody else want to add before we move on to the next one?
I mean, the same can be said for a lot of like athletes, like especially in like sports. Like they have a contract with their teams for like so many years. Yeah. So like those
section below, let us know what you guys think. Have you seen Shogun? Have you seen more of her work? I got to begin that series. I wanted to wait till the series was over so I could just binge it because I heard it was so good. Let us know in the box below, and let's move on to the last topic. We're going to skip the next two. We're going to go to the last topic of the day. Babe, what's the next topic?
Daniel Radcliffe responds to J.K. Rowling's anti-trans rhetoric. It makes me really sad. From the Rolling Stone. The article discusses Daniel Radcliffe's response to J.K. Rowling's controversial tweets regarding transgender individuals. Radcliffe, who played the lead role of Harry Potter in the movie adaptations of Rowling's books, expressed his support for the transgender community and clarified that his stance does not align with Rowling's views. He emphasized the importance of accepting and respecting transgender people, stating that they deserve to live their lives without being constantly questioned or discriminated against. Radcliffe's comments come in the wake of backlash against Rowling's statements, which many have criticized as transphobic and harmful. Furthermore, the article delves into the broader conversation surrounding Rowling's remarks and the impact they have had on the Harry Potter fans and the LGBTQ+ community. Radcliffe's statement serves as a reminder that it is possible to distinguish between an author's work and their personal beliefs. Many fans and fellow celebrities have shown their support for the transgender community and have denounced Rowling's comments. The controversy highlights the importance of using one's platform responsibly and being mindful of the potential harm that can arise from spreading messages that perpetuate discrimination and intolerance.
I think she's always, obviously she feel like she's always been this person. But I bet when it was just the books or before she got her Warner Brothers deal for the movies, she wouldn't have dared said this shit. She wouldn't have dared because she knew she wouldn't have gotten to the. But the second it was solidified and she felt untouchable. Like when that video game came out and she really started going ham, it was like real crazy for whatever reason. She just knew it. She just knew they can't do shit about it, and I can say whatever I want. And nobody can stop me. and I feel like they're trying, Warner Brothers and everybody, they're trying to figure out how to remove her out of the equation, because Harry Potter is such a beloved franchise by millions, all races, sex. It's universal throughout the world. I mean, they love it, but how do you juggle this? I don't have the answer. I don't know what to do. But I'll leave it to you. Who wants to go first?
It's an easy solution. All you do is Warner Brothers just leans into the very thing she's complaining about. Okay?
Go for it. What do you got?
You create shows that represent the community that she so hates. You allow and acknowledge gay and trans characters within the beloved Harry Potter.
If I'm not mistaken, I think she still has a little bit of creative control.
But here's the thing: the audience chooses what they see the character as. If the audience believes that character is gay and they see themselves within this character, the audience wins. They get that representation.
Xavier and Magneto, where Xavier has his hands on Magneto's shoulder, and it's like this story, like their two like breakup can just be like seen as the world's like problem. Like that would be a prime example. Their relationship ended up being the world's problem, and so they essentially like, and I saw the movie. I know I didn't read the books. Bad me. I'm a Hufflepuff, by the way, for those of you that do not know. So I did see the movie, and essentially there's an enchanted item that prevents them from ever like attacking each other unless the other who doesn't have it on, or like, and it's really like you can't think of wanting to attack them. You cannot like even like choose to, like as soon as you even think of it, that thing reacts, and now you're basically like, oh, your hand's gonna get crushed, or just you're gonna die, something like that. But if the other person like attacks them, then the charm is broken. But to me, that's just like a super wedding ring that is just like, hey, we are bonded to each other forever. Right. But it shows, it's like, oh yeah, I love you. Like they say that. They even say, like, there's even a part where Dumbledore is talking about how he got kicked out because he wanted to bring his relationship like to his family, like, and show like his father and everything, and they were not happy about it. And so like they were gonna run away. Like there's a queer storyline in there, and I'm sure there are more queer characters.
Go ahead.
I will say this: if you, again, me personally, as someone that is a part of the LGBTQ community, if you have a issue with one, you have an issue with all. Like that's the thing right there. You have an issue with one, you have an issue with all, and she's not getting that, more than likely. And I guess that's what's being portrayed as like, oh, she doesn't like trans individuals, but guess what? You're saying you don't like every individual within this community, because guess what? Trans folks fought for the lesbians, the gays, bisexuals to feel more comfortable like coming out. These were the founding people that actually made that way. And for her to just sit there and be like, oh no, I don't care. It's like, well, girl, we don't care about you either. Like, okay, like we can find another white woman to like write some books about magical like folks and everything like that. Yes, Harry Potter is popular, but you can't just sit there and just degrade an entire like subset community. Like that's not how that works. Like you can't just degrade people because you feel like, oh, I don't think they should exist. We don't think you should exist either at that point.
You know what it reminds me of a little bit of? How like it kind of reminds me of colorism, like in a way how people like it can be a person that's racist against black people, but they can tolerate mixed, they can tolerate light skin. Like what the hell are you talking about? Like what the hell are you talking about?
Don't make me go in on that. I will go in on that.
All right, I know we could go on all day. But yeah, guys, it's one last thing.
These kids, like talking about himself and other castmates,
Yeah.
just a bunch of ungrateful brats. And he's like, I mean, obviously, Harry Potter would not have happened without Rowling. So nothing in my life would have probably happened the way it is without that person. But that doesn't mean that I owe the things I truly believe to someone else for my entire life.
Exactly.
I will continue to support the rights of all LGBTQ people, and I have nothing else to say.
100%. His career might have started because of that and everything. That might be true, but that still worked for hire. He came, he did the job. He's not. I'm not going to suffer for the rest of my life because
I don't have to say that I love everything about her.
Yeah, I'm not going to kiss her ass every day because she got me my first gig. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, Taz, what were you saying?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's fine. You're good. I genuinely don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there needs to be a way for this franchise to disassociate. I'm just saying there won't probably be in 50 to 100 years, there probably will not be a J.K. Rowling Day celebration in the future. There'll definitely probably might be a Radcliffe Day out there. I know. I love Hermione. I wasn't a huge Harry Potter fan. I didn't read the books. I liked the movies enough, but I follow the careers and the paths of these actors. I like that. I follow the careers and the paths of these actors. I like that a lot of them have become great actors in their adult. They haven't fallen under the trap of the child actor, and then maybe their careers take a turn for the worse of their lives. I like the fact that a lot of them. On this channel, and Tabatha can confirm this. On this channel, we say "daddy" a lot.
She hates it.
Okay, daddy.
Another one of Chris's sound.
I used to have the sound bite here. I used to have I can't. Oh wait, where did it go? Yeah, there it is.
Daddy.
I don't know if you guys could hear that.
No.
Okay.
It's Tab's favorite.
I have another one that says "Spicy Bat Daddy" too. You guys want me to play that?
Spicy bat daddy.
Yeah, I just pressed. I just pressed. I'm just gonna keep pressing it. All right, guys. That's the show, guys. I'm gonna have to call it because we already went way over time. I had some technical difficulties with the with getting Zoom and all that stuff, the virtual stuff all set up and everything. So that's my fault. I gotta figure out this program a little bit better. So with that down out the way, I appreciate it. It was a great talk. I'm glad that we got it out the way, and we have to try to do it in studio show with you, Dave. But before we sign off, let's remind the people, where can people find you if they want to find you on social media and all that good stuff.
Hello, everyone. Again, my name is David the Smiley. If you want to follow me, you can find me on Facebook as David the Smiley. My Instagram is David the Smiley Cosplayer, or you can just type in David the Smiley and it'll pop up, because trust me, there's no other David the Smiley. My YouTube and TikTok are also the same, David the Smiley. And if you would also like, you can follow me on my website or just look at my website, www.davidthesmiley.com.
Remind them real fast, where are you going to be? Guys, you can reach out to me at Chris W. Fagan or at T3 Media Studios. I'm on all the socials right there. Come out and see me on the 24th on Comicpalooza. All three of us will be there putting on a show. And we're going to be plotting to photobomb David's panel on Saturday. We will definitely be hooting and hollering there. So come join us, because we have some scheming to do. We're not going to sabotage it, but we're gonna be whoop whoop. So I can't wait to do that and see you guys there. I love Comicpalooza. Can't wait to see you guys all there. And until next time, guys, have a good one. Peace out, and be safe out there.
Remember to like this video, become a subscriber, and share. This really does help us out. If you would like to watch more from us from T3 Media Studios, click here or here. Thanks for watching. Stop being NC-17.